Her most fervent wish, we now know, made from her deathbed and told to her granddaughter, was that she not be replaced until after a new president was elected. She didn't want the court to be dragged through a terrible political battle. She cared so much about the institution of the court and what it represents in our democracy. But that obviously now we know is not going to happen. The president appears to have all of the votes he needs for whoever he will nominate. And I gather we will hear that before much longer. Where does this all go now? Is it up to the American people and the election? How does this play out?
Well, I think you're absolutely right, Melanne, that Justice Ginsburg had such reverence for the court and the law and the Constitution that when she dictated that statement to her granddaughter, she was not speaking personally or certainly not as any kind of partisan. She was offering her measured opinion that it would be in the interests of our country and most certainly in the interests of the court so close to an election to allow the election to go forward. And then whoever was elected would be able to choose the next justice. I really respect that. I understand that it's not going to be honored. And now we are left with what will be a very unfortunate display of partisan power to push through whoever the president nominates. And what I hope the American people will pay attention to is not the partisanship and the conflict in the Senate and all, but what's at stake? What's at stake for them? Because one thing about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, she never lost sight of the impact that her decisions had on the people she represented as a lawyer or the people who were involved in the cases she adjudicated as a judge. And I think it's absolutely clear that what's really at stake, first and foremost in this choice, is health care. The court is scheduled to hear yet another challenge to the Affordable Care Act right after the election. So presumably, whoever is appointed can participate in some way in that decision. And it really speaks to the fervent desire of the Republicans under Trump and McConnell to get rid of the Affordable Care Act in the middle of a pandemic that has cost us more than 200,000 lives. And what that will mean is that for about 130 million Americans with pre-existing conditions, their insurance costs will go up, assuming they can even get insurance. For more than 20 million, they will lose their policies if the court fulfills the hopes of the Republican majority in the Senate and the White House to repeal and eliminate the Affordable Care Act. But it will also affect many other people, young people on their parents' plans and so much else. And I think that we can get caught up in the contest over who replaces her, but I think Justice Ginsburg would say, keep your eye on what this means. We're heading into an election. It is hard fought. It may result in the change in the White House. And having this seat filled right now, as opposed to waiting until we know who the president is, could very well mean the end of the Affordable Care Act and the loss of health care for millions of Americans who have suffered from COVID-19 and therefore may now have new pre-existing conditions that will render them less affordable for health care.